Hello, it's Donna Joyasha, and I promised you a training today on self-worth. Now, before you start thinking, oh, well, I'm a coach and I want to learn how to build my business online and self-worth's got nothing to do with it, I just wanted to let you know that self-worth has everything to do with it. Everything to do with having success within your business, full stop. But more online, when you're putting yourself out online, if your self-worth is shaky, then the energy that you're actually putting out there is going to prevent you from having success. So I want to tell you a story about how I worked this out, or how I learned this. So I was talking to my coach about my frustrations, and I felt like I was a bird that was throwing itself against a cage trying to get out, and I was all bruised and battered, and I was doing everything that I was told to and everything that I should do, and yet I still wasn't having the success that I wanted to online. And I said to her, I feel like the universe is blocking me from having the success that I want because maybe I'm just not doing the right thing yet, in the right area, not trying to help people. And she just looked at me and she said, oh, that's interesting. She said, Donna, the universe does not block people from doing things. The universe is there waiting to give you. It's you blocking it. It's you not accepting what it wants to give you. And I was like, oh, that's ridiculous. And I went away and I had to think about it. And then our next coaching session, we talked about it more. And what came up was that it was actually my lack of self-worth that was preventing me from doing what I needed to do in a way that I needed to do it, and being confident in what I was doing about myself that was limiting my success. So on one hand, I was working so hard to have the success, but on the other hand, I was kind of like self-sabotaging myself with my energy. So how does this look? Okay, so one, it looks like you feel like you're being blocked. You feel like you're not having the success that you want, and that the universe doesn't want you to succeed, and you kind of like, you've got this negative energy around this, right? And it's frustrating as hell, right? So that's the first way it presents. Secondly, you have fraud complex syndrome. So you feel like you're a fraud, that you're not good enough yet, that you can't really help people, and you start to think, oh, well, somebody's already doing that and they're much better at it. The third way this shows up just in life in general is that you deflect compliments. Okay, so someone gives you a compliment, and rather than just saying thank you, you deflect it like, oh no this, or oh no that, and you know, so you don't just take the compliments. So see what I'm saying? So we're not taking what the universe wants to give us. We're not even taking compliments that people are giving us. Okay, the fourth way this shows up is using the word but. So when you're talking about your achievements, you use the word but. So this is how I used to talk about myself. I used to say, oh yes, I owned a dental practice, but we sold it before it was really successful. Meanwhile, the year we sold it, I grossed $700,000 in my business, and I built that up from scratch in 3 years, right? I used to say, oh yes, I've written 10 books, but they're just fiction. Like somehow that lessened what I had done, the achievement of writing 10 fiction books and having published and winning awards and being a best-selling author, right? I would use the word but. So you can see how I was not accepting I wasn't embracing my self-worth. Now, the fifth way that this shows up is the errant thoughts that pop into your head that you don't know where they came from, right? One minute you're doing something and then this little thought pops out into your head that tells you you're not good enough, or you can't do it, or you're not smart enough, all right? This is all coming from underlying self-worth issues. So why do we do it? Why do we do this to ourselves, right? Well, one, when we're taught as children, we're taught to be humble, to not brag, all right? So that's this underlying mapping that we have as children, that we shouldn't be like, bragging about how good we are, right? Not that I'm telling you to brag, but, that's what we're taught. So that teaches us not to have self-worth, because we're not allowed to talk about it. We're not allowed to show off. So the second reason we do it is because we want people to like us, and I know that when I was younger, as a female dentist, I would walk into like a group of people, or I would be at a party and I would meet a group of women, and they would instantly be negative towards me or nasty towards me. And or say like rude things, and I would think, well, I've just met you, what's going on? And it was because I was a dentist that they had taken an instant dislike to me. Now my coach would say that was probably me reflecting off them, but let's not get into that right now, right? So I wanted people to like me, therefore I started using the word but in my sentences. I'm a dentist, oh yes, but I only work part-time, or I don't have my own practice. But I would dumb myself down, right? Hell, I'm a dentist, for God's sake. That's like an accomplishment I should have been proud of. The third reason we do it is we don't want people to feel uncomfortable, so we dilute down our accomplishments, which is exactly what I used to do. So how can we stop doing this? How can we stop like not having self-worth? How can we say to the universe, we're ready for you to give us what we want you to. We're ready to have the success that we desire and we deserve. Well, the first thing is you've got to own how amazing you are. Stop dumbing yourself down. Own it. Be proud of it. Secondly, don't be afraid to be a tall poppy. You know, I know there's a lot of tall poppy syndrome out there, but if you want to be successful in your online business, you got to want to be a tall poppy. All right, you don't want to be the same as everybody else who's sitting on the couch watching TV every day and then not getting anything done. You got to be a tall poppy. So want to be a tall poppy and get out there and become one. The third way is to stop dumbing down your achievements with the word but. The word but in a sentence negates everything that came before it. And all you and everybody else hears is the end part. So when I was saying, oh yes, I've written 10 books, but they're just fiction, or but I don't make much money out of them, or but this, all they're hearing is but they're just fiction. And they're hearing me dumb myself down, okay? Stop using the word but. When you hear yourself do it, just stop then and analyze, why am I doing that? Why am I using the word but to dilute my accomplishments, all right? Stop doing it and own how amazing you are. The fourth thing is to realize that people are either going to love you or they're going to hate you, because that's their choice. They get to choose that. You don't get to choose it for them. They're going to choose that. So just realize that now, and realize that has everything to do with them and nothing to do with you. So have you ever had that where you're like, I don't know why that person doesn't like me, and what have I done, and what did I say, and what this and what that, and then you start like cringing and creeping around and trying to like be even nicer to them, but they still don't like you. That's got nothing to do with you and everything to do with them and what's going on in their head. So you just got to realize that and don't let it worry you. The fifth thing is to realize that you are doing the world a disservice by not stepping into your power, by not owning how amazing you are, by not standing up, all right? There are people out there that need your help, that are waiting for you, and by not owning your own self-worth, by not being worthy, you're not helping them, okay? And the sixth way what you can do about it is to rewire your unconscious mind, because this is all about mapping. This is all about limiting self-beliefs. This is all about the roadmap that you laid down when you were still a child, okay? When you were taught to be humble, to not show off, to not brag, when you were taught in the playground that people wouldn't like you if you were an overachiever, right? This is all to do with that unconscious wiring. You need to rewire your brain. Now, that's easier said than done. So what I have done as a tool for you this week is I have created a live guided meditation, like a hypno meditation, to help you realize your uniqueness. Okay, and what that is going to do by realizing how unique and amazing you are, that's going to help you create self-worth. Now, if you're in my Facebook group, just comment below this video and I will get you access to that guided meditation. If you happen to be watching this video and you're not in my Facebook group, get into my Facebook group so you can get this tool. So all you need to do is go to donnajoyasha.com/fully-booked-coach, answer all the questions so you can get accepted into the group, and then once you're in there, find this video, comment below, and you can get that guided meditation that I've put together for you. Okay, hope you guys have an amazing week. So remember, next training is going to be on frameworks. What are they and how important are they for you and your business? I will see you then.